Mount Lebanon, PA. A special election for a U.S. House seat was too close to call late Tuesday as Democrat Conor Lamb and Republican Rick Ciccone were separated by several hundred votes in a race that had become a test of President Trump's political clout. With several thousand absentee and provisional ballots outstanding, Lamb earned 49.9% of votes cast and Ciccone earned 49.5%, with 99.7% of precincts reporting. A recount is possible if the candidates are separated by 0.5 percentage points or less. Hours after supporters at respective campaign events waited for some finality, Ciccone told his backers, "You know, we're still fighting the fight. It's not over yet." At Lamb's party, exhausted supporters groaned when told to keep waiting for more ballots to be counted. However, the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee declared victory for Lamb, confident that the absentee ballots would not erase his lead. Lamb, 33, had waged an energetic campaign in the district that Trump carried by nearly 20 points in 2016, but that opened up after the Republican incumbent was felled by scandal. Republicans cited that scandal, along with a lackluster campaign of their nominee, Rick Ciccone, to minimize the closeness of the race. The district itself will disappear this year thanks to a court decision that struck down a Republican-drawn map. But led by the White House, Republicans had elevated the race to a high-stakes referendum on the president and the GOP. Trump made 2 appearances with Ciccone, including a Saturday night rally in the district, and his son Donald Trump Jr. dumped with a Republican on Monday. The economy is raging at an all-time high, and is set jobs and wages up. Vote for Rick Ciccone and keep it going. Republican campaign committees and super PACs spent $10.7 million to help Ciccone, more than 5 times as much as their Democratic rivals, according to Federal Election Commission records filed Monday night. Thanks to the court's scrambling of the congressional map, both Lamb and Ciccone may well become candidates in new districts before a winner is declared in the 18th congressional district. Candidates must collect and file 1,000 signatures for those races by March 20th. The day that some overseas ballots in Tuesday's race will be counted. The district, a stretch of suburbs and small towns that was drawn to elect a Republican, was not the sort of place that Democrats had been expected to make competitive this year. Lamb's coalition pulled together suburban liberals, wayward Republicans and traditional Democrats who had drifted from the party on cultural issues. A tight race added to Republican woes on a day that began with the surprise firing of Secretary of State Rex Tillerson and a string of related dismissals. Republicans who hoped to fight the Pennsylvania race on the growing economy, and on the president's new tariffs on foreign steel and aluminum, found the White House frequently alienating some of the voters they needed. View graphic Pennsylvania 18th special election results as voters made their decisions Tuesday. Trump loomed large in the minds of many. Amelia Fletcher, a registered independent from Moon Township, cast her first ever ballot for Ciccone because she likes Trump's agenda and believes he will support it. "I really don't appreciate how he talks, but I like what he's doing now to help us out," the 18-year-old high school senior said of Trump. In Mount Lebanon, Dave Banyan, 65, said that he had made up his mind on the race as soon as President Trump was President Trump. He said he did not want Democrats to get 1 vote closer to controlling the House of Representatives. "I don't want America to go back to the way it was under President Barack Obama," said Banyan, a retired transportation worker. "Obamacare killed me. Dreamers, keep dreamin', you know." However, several voters who said they were Republicans cast their ballots for Lamb, and against the president. After casting her vote in Mount Lebanon, a suburb of Pittsburgh, dental hygienist Janet Delana said she had been outraged to see Trump call for arming teachers instead of limiting access to semi-automatic weapons after the deadly school shooting in Florida. "He flip-flops on everything, but in the end, he caters to the extreme right," said Delana, 64. "I am a registered Republican, but as this party continues to cater to the extreme right, they push me left." Tim Lacey, a 69-year-old registered Democrat, said Ciccone's support for Trump overcame any loyalty to the Republican, his fellow church member and a former customer of his construction business. "I know Rick Ciccone," said Lacey, who lives in nearby Elizabeth Township. He's not a golfing buddy, but he's a good man. But anyone who supports Trump isn't for me. The district, which Saccone himself had called Trump country, had been the sort of place where Democrats struggled to compete. While registered Democrats slightly outnumbered registered Republicans, many of those Democrats bolted from their national party during Obama's presidency. In 2012, 8 Democrats represented part of the district in the state legislature. After 2016, they were down to 1. In 2014 and 2016, Democrats did not even bother to field a challenger to Tim Murphy, the Republican congressman whose resignation forced Tuesday's special election. They hoped, early on, that Lamb could change their fortunes. A first-time candidate from a storied local political family, the former Marine and